You're killing me, Smalls.
We making movies, no acting in. I'm fucking Instagram action shit. UPS shipping packages. I'm smoking weed out them packages. If I ain't got a gun, I'm stabbing it. I got some leftover lean in the cabinet. I can hit your little hoe when she happy. Poke on that pussy shit like it's a top in it. We making movies, no acting in. I'm fucking Instagram action shit. UPS doing the packaging. I'm smoking good ass weed out them packages. I can't lie, 'cause I ain't capping it.
Welcome back to the DNA podcast. It's your boy D.
It's your boy Antonio. Let's get to it.
When you paused, it freaked me out. I thought I said the wrong name.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot my name for a second.
But it's the end of the year. It's the end of 2021 as we know it. So we thought we'll give you basically a wrap up of the podcast.
Shit is in the world, we know it. Anyway.
Y2K coming back, ain't it? And pretty much our plans for the future, I guess we'll go a year and then 5 years and fucking I don't do 10 years. May not live that long.
Yeah, so I guess we just do a recap all the shit that we liked the most. I guess number one on the list is our conspiracy #1 video. Number 2 out. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet.
For facts.
Link in the description. Yeah. The conspiracy's #1. I think that's our most viewed episode, right? Like most listened to. That's before we had video, but
Gaming industry one is.
oh, gaming industry one is. But it's up there.
Yeah.
It's on our top.
I can't. This is bad. I can't think of any episodes that stick out to me just out of random.
We do this so much.
But it felt great being on YouTube and finally taking that next step
Yeah.
to YouTubers and even just taking it a step back, getting the equipment
Yeah.
and sounding the way that we do.
Finally getting like personal mics and
Yeah.
then we finally got video. We got editing software, and it's just all coming together.
And it's like, it feels so easy. And I just kind of think, damn, why was we procrastinating? And so, like, stuff like that sticks out. Like, I can't even tell you what our first episode on YouTube is. I can't tell you the first.
I know it was something not monumental. I can tell you that much. It wasn't a banger.
And I can't tell you what the first episode with the new mics is, or even like the new recording software that we use. But it's amazing, and I love it. It's easy to take for granted, only because like we've had it for so long now. Hell, it sits at your house all the time. The bitch is practically background shit.
It is my home decor now. Yeah, it just decorates my house.
When people come over, they think y'all the Justice League.
Well, typically, depending on who's coming over, if it's somebody like my close friends, I leave that shit up. But if it's someone else coming in the house, I typically take it down and put it back up once they leave. So I think it's a little weird for me just to leave it out.
I'm not mad at it. So those are like huge things for me. It's like we pretty much got everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there will be more equipment upgrades in the future. I think every podcast has to, every enterprise has to, innovate and get new equipment and keep stepping up the game. But for right now, it's always going to be for a second.
Yeah.
I mean, we do plan on getting a third mic so we can have guests on, but look forward to that in next year. That is a goal and a thing that we are going to take care of next year, so that we can have more guests on, spice this thing up a little bit.
It's one of those weird things that since we got our new equipment, we haven't had guests.
Yeah,
and this has been about.
Well, we had Josh on, but we had to use the old equipment,
and it was literally a week after we got the new one.
Yeah,
that was dead ass.
That was the week. Yeah,
but after that, it's literally like we're going on like probably 4 or 5 months, which I think since we've branded, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's the longest because I felt like we've had somebody on every month.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's sad that it slowed down. It's sad because one, we like talking to other people, and two, we ain't coming up with ideas every week.
So, fun fact: this is the podcast rules. If you're ever a guest on our show, you have to come up with a topic for the week. That is your payment
For a fact.
for coming on and getting the clout.
And,
So,
and if you think we're coming up with one, there's no need to have you around. And so, yeah, I guess it's one of my future things. Can't wait till we start to have more guests. I'll have some people in mind and some people lined up.
yeah,
People have reached out to me before and told me, "Oh yeah, bro, I want to do it," and they have a unique skill. So,
yeah, for sure. You know, someone decided to comment on a video on Instagram the other day and just say, "Why haven't you had us on had me on the podcast yet, Desiree?" And when she flaked like 4 or 5 times, but you know that's not my problem.
and she's
shade.
literally 8 months behind in the negative.
Bro, I think it's a year because we tried to have her on last year.
And so it's like I've had some other people's like, "Bro, when you finally gonna have me on, how about you don't text me once every 2 months?" I don't.
Come on.
You feel like you making this, people make it seem like we have a list and we picking and choosing through the list. No, motherfucker, you could be able to record Wednesday or Sunday. I don't.
You know, hopefully one day we can do this shit full time, and we can maybe move our schedules around to get more people in, but we got to feed ourselves right now. So we got to. If you want to be on the podcast, you got to
If
think on our
theoretically,
schedule.
Wednesday and Sunday is flexible days because either you have time during the weekday or you are off on the weekend. If you're telling me you work Wednesday through Thursday, bro, I ain't got nothing for you.
I mean, and that could be what it is. I mean, but what do you want me to do about that?
You feel me? Like, hey. But, yeah. Get back to more guests. Even though it's our podcast, it always seems to go by faster with a new frame of mind. As y'all know, me and Antonio seem to think alike most of the time. So
it's always good to have someone play devil's advocate and have a contrarian to the discussion, because if it gets kind of boring if you disagree the whole time. So
yeah.
it's always good to have, even if we all 3 agree, it might be something that we agree on a little bit differently.
Reasons.
Yeah, and the reasons why we feel the same way might be different. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a good year outside of that for me. And like what I said, I can't think of episodes, but from the growth we had, our Instagram, our social medias, we're starting to get a little bit of traction. I mean, avalanche don't start from nothing. You got to start with a little bit of a snowball can turn into avalanche down the road.
Yeah, I think we're at like close to 200 followers or something like that. Maybe we already passed that. I can't remember.
No bots necessary.
Yeah, no bots. We haven't paid anybody for no podcast promotions, even though it is tempting sometimes, at least for me.
It'd be looking tempting until you notice all the niggas got the same profile.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, no bots necessary. It's all organic growth. Our whole podcast is organic. We haven't had a real sponsor yet. I mean, we've had like small business sponsors, I guess, but we haven't had any like real sponsors yet. So that our opinions are completely untainted and true. So, but that being said, if you are in the market for a sponsorship, we're open for discussions.
But always remember, we're controversial, not commercial.
Yeah, I mean, but I would much rather be sponsored by a whole bunch of small businesses and give them ad time than doing a whole bunch of big corporation sponsorships, even though, that's probably where the money's at. But, if you want to market to nerdy black people,
that's
we're your guys.
That's where we break off, my friend.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I don't care who we market to, but I'm gonna take the cash and run every time. Every time. I won't bump a small business for the sake of a larger one. Like, oh yeah, them niggas gotta go. But I damn sure ain't gonna bump the larger one for the sake of the smaller one.
I'm just saying, like, I would much rather, if I had the option, we were making the same amount of money, I would much rather do a small business than doing this one large, like Amazon or some shit like that.
I mean, yeah. Like if those are the options, yeah, look noble on us. Look like Robin Hood.
God, you're the villain.
But yeah, YouTube videos going great. I'm getting better at editing, as y'all see, incorporating more than just talking heads
Yeah.
into the video. But like,
Speaking of that, I've been meaning to tell you this. Quite nice.
I've had the time to think and be creative about it, and it was just like, damn, it'd be fire, and it's worked out. I feel like it's given us more looks and more views,
Yeah.
and I just hope to get better at it. By this time next year, hope for the video game to be on a whole nother level, effects and some more shit.
Well, hopefully by next year we'll have an intern.
Oh, for facts.
Yeah. So, another thing, if you're interested in an internship,
Anything else about this year stand out for you? For us?
I mean, we kind of talked about it. Like, it's been the growth, even though it's slow and steady. It's still growing. And
It's probably our biggest growth, like since we've been doing it.
Yeah.
And at the end, like just from the start of the year to the end of the year.
especially on the audio side, you're getting the most listens that we ever gotten.
I was about to say, even though it's dipped, y'all motherfuckers ain't never gonna know the numbers. And if I remember, it's fucking held up in court, I'm gonna lie. But our numbers were like record breaking, and they're still record breaking compared to the other years, and I'm completely grateful for it. But like, yeah, for a good 6 month stretch,
We were hot.
like it's crazy, and it's still crazy now. But we know where we're at. Other people probably would have given up and just fizzled out. No, we just gotta get back and get further. We know we can because we've done it.
Yeah.
So the numbers were great. It still is a great feeling waking up and seeing like shit. 40 people listened this week. 10 people listened. 11 people listened to the episode yesterday, and I didn't even check today. I checked before I went to sleep last night.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a real humbling feeling for people who can feel humbleness. Not me. But I've been told that's what humbling feels like. Yeah. I'm not going to hold you. I listened to one of our first episodes. Damn, having video back then would have been so funny.
Oh yeah, it wasn't great, but
Y'all would have seen the setup change. Even though, we're not fucking working on.
the background was different. Everything was just, we were in the college dorms.
We had Bree back then.
We had Bree, the peanut gallery. It was great.
It was great.
And I miss those times.
Audio was trash as shit.
Hot garbage, but whatever. We're here now.
Topics didn't have any type of structure. Sometimes I think we don't have structure for shit anyway. But we really didn't have structure for shit back then.
I think we had no idea what we were doing. Like, we had to watch and listen to some podcasts, but we had no idea what we were doing really.
It's funny that a year from now, whatever, like the way we're doing it now,
It's probably gonna be different.
if I had to be a betting man, it's probably 90% possible that it's going to be different.
Yeah.
We're probably going to get more structured.
Yeah.
And not in a bad way, just more of a,
Yeah.
we actually have an idea. We actually have a topic a week ahead of time. so that we could actually do research
On the
on said
topics.
topic.
And that some of that comes back on us, not being prepared before the day.
Bro, I've had some
But-
people listen to it and try to on two fronts. One is like something. You said that y'all don't research it. There's no way y'all know that, bro. Dead ass. That's why it's our first to pick topics. Got to pick something we know off the top of our head.
Yeah.
There's been so many good topics we let go
We
because
didn't
the
know
other
about it.
person didn't
know. Yeah.
And it was like it's a lot to spring on somebody. You can't just learn shit in an hour, in 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess if one person was a super expert on the topic, then the one person can carry the episode, and you can just do the reactions to the information.
Yeah.
But like like kind of how Joe Rogan does his podcast sometimes, because he's not an expert on shit, but
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's an expert on like fighting, but kind of, yeah, because like then you can just feed into the person, but that's more of an interview than it is a regular conversation.
A regular podcast,
Yeah,
yeah.
regular podcast conversation. So,
And for some odd reason, we do like the same stuff.
well,
But
it's kind of why we're friends, right?
But we watch it at different intervals.
Yeah.
So like we're not watching the same anime, but even when we do, one person will watch it one week,
And
and
then
the other person hasn't even watched it yet.
It's a catch
And then
up.
skip, and then it's just so vice versa.
Yeah.
That if we just plan this shit ahead of time, the other nigga would know. Oh yeah, I gotta watch it by next Wednesday. So more structure for facts. It's people don't believe this either. Me and Antonio rarely spoke beforehand, before even doing the episodes. Now we talk a little bit more, a little bit, pinch. But it'll literally be, catch you next Wednesday. All right, Nick. And then we see each other Wednesday. Thought of something?
The most communication we do is send memes back and forth. But I mean, like ultimately, like I'm like a super introvert and like a homebody, and I don't really like people like that. No offense to anybody, just when I'm not at work, I'd rather just be chilling by myself and not talking to nobody. So like, that's just how me seeing you means I'm thinking about you, nigga. So
I purposely lose my phone, so I have a reason why I've never messaged back.
nigga, you said you purposely fuck you.
like the shit'll fall behind the bed. And most normal person's like, I need to get my phone. Me, I play the game for 6 hours.
I'll get to it.
Sometimes I hear no bullshit. Somebody called me. Like I just heard it vibrating on the wall. Didn't think nothing of it. It just kept vibrating. What the fuck?
They call back 4 or 5 times. Huh?
Where you been at, bro? Man, don't worry about it. What the fuck you need?
See, like, I'm weird though. Like, I feel like when someone calls me, and it's like I need to pick up, I just have this spidey sense. I'm like, I need to answer this one.
Bro, for me, if it's nobody I know is in the trenches like that. So there is no gang warfare. There's no sliding on niggas.
I mean, I've had people like their car break down or some shit like that,
And not even that, but like
they need to be talked through how to do something.
if it's urgent enough, you would text me. And my dumb ass, so I'm always mostly wearing my watch. Can't talk through the watch.
You can.
You can't?
You can take FaceTime calls on the watch.
Shit, I've actually never done it without my AirPods.
Yeah, no, you can do it.
Shit, so they put a whole.
It sounds like absolute garbage, but you can do it.
And so it was like, if you desperately need me, you'll text me. When people be like, "What if I don't have time to text?" What Michael Myers ass nigga is you running from?
My thing is, I feel like if you don't need me, if it's not important, text me. But if you need me, call me, because I feel that's you took the time to actually call and you waited for it to ring.
Niggas in our generation is weird. We're quote unquote the texting generation. Seems like none of my friends like communicating through text message. I don't know.
Maybe it's like they're like calling you just to piss you off and things like that.
And
That's probably what it is.
And so it's just like, yeah, if you text me, call me back ASAP. Oh, you ain't calling for recreation. You might actually need me. So Yeah, we don't speak a lot, but we've kept into contact enough to try to format some form of topics. The structure of this podcast now comes about because we talk a little bit more
Yeah.
through the course of the week.
I mean, most of the talking's on the ride back from the train, but whatever.
We plan to talk to each other. And so, yeah, more structure, more gas, more equipment. We need one more mic.
Yeah, more growth. I think the future of this podcast and what we want to accomplish with the podcast is to reach as many people as we can and spread our viewpoints and to maybe enlighten the few people that we can and get people to think out of their own bubbles and see stuff from different points of views. At least that's my vision for the podcast. I don't know what the supervillain over here wants to do, but
Control the masses, overthrow the government.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, Joker, calm down.
But I don't know. I just want to empower people to be themselves.
Yeah.
It's okay to be a little bit different. It's okay to be a lot different, and just do you. Don't feel ashamed about feeling the way that you feel, because we all feel things differently. And so, if anything you get from me, I'm gonna say what the fuck I gotta say. I don't give a damn if I'm the bad guy, the good guy. I'm gonna say my shit, and that's what I'm trying to empower to other people. And just talk your shit.
Yeah.
But as the future goes, I guess we've been on the future. We've been going back future and past.
Yeah.
I expect a lot more content growth, more content creation on our end. I've done a Sunday short. Antonio have ideas. He cooks on Sundays anyway. Just got to record it.
Yeah.
I've actually recorded 2 more Sunday shorts. My lazy ass just got to edit the shit.
Yeah. So, I do want to make a segment of our channel. I want to make it a food segment, basically, and you make the content that you make, and so I am looking forward to doing that. I plan on getting the equipment to do that over this Christmas break. So, looking into the next year, that should be the move. So, if you want to learn how to cook and find some interesting shit to look at, maybe just like food videos, I plan on being that guy. So
we haven't discussed it in detail. What type of food videos? We've discussed food videos, but what comes to your mind? What do you want to do first?
I kind of just want to do an introduction to cooking. I feel like cooking can be very basic. You can cook anything if you know the basics. If you take the basics and tweak them a little bit, you can make any sauce you want to make. If you take the basics and you know how to cut stuff a certain way, you can make anything look a certain way. So I want to just right now I want to start off with a basics course or something like that. It's gonna be a master's class basically, but
for the tube.
Yeah, for the tube, and start from there and get more and more in depth as we go. It's gonna be an experience for both of us, for all of us.
I am experimenting with a bunch of stuff. I know what I want to do. Mm-hmm. I don't have the equipment to do what I want to do. I want to start streaming again, but gotta build to that. So the videos I make, I love professional wrestling, and part of me wants to do a review. I've thought about watching the major shows. There are 3 major pro wrestling shows in the week. Mm-hmm. And it works that they're through the week. And I could watch up until the last one, then do a review for Sunday about it. Mm-hmm. Maybe just do wrestling topics in general. But I love sports. Mm-hmm. But if you do too much, you won't do enough on one thing. Mm-hmm. So
you could always have two separate,
things.
It'll be okay.
And so I can honestly say for the first 6 months, it's really going to be front loaded because I plan on making a bunch of different videos, and I might even upload twice on Sundays just to see what's hot and what's hot. Like if there's a liking towards one than the other, I'm gonna focus on the one
Yeah.
in more depth just to see. Old expression: you won't catch nothing if you never cast out. The wider net you cast out, the more you can bring in. So
Yeah, I mean, it's like you gotta throw it at a wall and see what sticks, you know. And if you people don't like my food stuff, like,
you still got
we will
regular
transition to
podcasts.
something else. Yeah, we'll just transition to something else. It's okay.
And so, yeah, it's a whole bunch of experimenting. People who've listened to our podcast and dedicated listeners of our podcast, we're still podcasters. You're still going to get it every Tuesday.
Yeah.
No questions, but it's going to be more of us. You'll see more individual stuff about us that either we don't talk about on here or we just don't show just because.
Yeah.
So,
and like, expect us to talk about the topics that we don't both enjoy. So like, you know, I'm into MMA and boxing and stuff like that, and he likes it, but he's not like into it. Like
I watch
I am.
major fights.
You know what I'm saying? He watches the major fights, and I'm watching everything. You know, I'm up to date on everybody's fighting.
I binge watched Demon Slayer and was going to do a video, but I literally thought, no, that's something we can do. It literally wouldn't make sense because I know you're going to
watch it.
Watch it, yeah.
And then he watches wrestling. He's more into sports than I am, so it makes sense for him to do that topic on him by himself because that's his jam. And
I'm not gonna lie to you, this sure shit easier because niggas have games every week, so it's easier to have a bullshit as topic. It's not bullshit per se, but it's easier to review something that's weekly as opposed to we going through Twitter fucking shit.
What the fuck happened this week?
Hoping shit popped off. So, expect a whole bunch of different contents. And I'm gonna focus on different editing styles, different this, different that. Just expect a lot.
Yeah. So,
any immediate future plans in your head that comes to your head?
Immediate. No, I do have. We kind of talked about this, like long-term plans, starting up different channels that focus around our own specific interest, but still being inside of the DNA umbrella. But we're definitely gonna still, grow this channel first, and then go from there. We have to build an audience before you can make more audience, obviously. But
I hope to get our audience up to the point at the end of the year, at least, we start selling merch.
Yeah.
I found a graphic designer. He's one of my homeboys, somebody I used to stream with. And he's exploded. He gets like an average of 150 people. My guy Peanut, if I can ever find a way to really make the damn Skype interview work, get him on. But he does graphic design, and he does it in a bunch of different formats. He does gaming designs, anime designs, this and that. So he was like, just shoot me the ideas you have, and I'll give you a consultation. And so I already got ideas for stuff. Mm-hmm. It just literally revolves us in anime form, however we look. So I guess I'll be beard. I guess I'm gonna go with my short hair and or hat combo, so that you can have long hair and separate the difference.
My shit might be shaved off in a couple months. Who fucking knows? Who knows?
And what's big in my head is just us doing a bunch of different pop culture stuff that we like. So it'll be like us in anime form, Goku and Vegeta clothing, different Pokemon trainer, one each, one of our favorites each that. One of us dressed like a person from Hunter x Hunter, the other person this and that. Just different different nods to stuff that we liked without it being copyrighted. Can't copyright it. Looked it up. If I'm wearing Vegeta singlet, you can't fucking copyright me because it's different. It's us.
Yeah, it's us. Yeah, I love that idea. It's great, and that's something that we've kind of backed off of heavy. I know that last year that was our goal for this year, was try to sell merch by the end of this year, but definitely want to get on that. It sounds,
I'm gonna wear that shit 24/7. This hat that you see, I'm gonna never not wear our hat. I'm gonna make sure to get, whenever we do start selling, make sure to get 2 or 3 different colors off the bat so that it.
Yeah, you got some variety.
Yep. And so those are, I guess I'll put that in my yearly plan. I expect for to have it end of next year.
Yeah.
But if that doesn't happen, the end of the following year.
Yeah. I know I wanted to do some like Black History merch, and like last year, but then Corona popped off and all the other fun stuff.
Yeah,
But,
shit just happened.
yeah, shit just happened. But yeah, I would love to do some Black History stuff or maybe some like Juneteenth stuff. But if you're interested in that kind of stuff, let us know. Drop a comment.
Truthfully, we backed off, and it's only been, the ideas have been in my head for a minute, just because like in general I'm like, hey, you ain't fucking with that idea, because I prefer clothing with the logo. Like I'm a simplistic guy. I don't need a fat ass logo on the front. I don't need all this shit on the sleeves. I don't need, just give me something simplistic that you know what I'm talking about, but it's still fashionable. So like the logo thing has always been in my head, but just it's hard finding graphic designers that don't charge an arm and a leg. Yeah. Man, if you think I'm paying a band for 2 niggas, I find a way to make the niggas hot.
Yeah, I mean, and not that we're trying to be cheap.
We're not trying to rip off anybody.
But honestly, we're not making any money from this podcast right now. So
we're not trying to rip nobody off, but they damn sure ain't gonna rip us off.
Yeah. I understand that you're a small business and you gotta, if that's the price you charge, that's the price you charge. We just won't shop with you. It's okay,
bro. You feel me? So that's been the major issue of like shit. Well, we can have all the ideas of having merch as we want. If we don't have nobody design the damn thing, it's what's a car with no gas? It's a
paperweight.
Something to hide in.
A really small house is what it is.
So, yeah, expect that's my yearly plan. I'm gonna pass it back to you because I've never thought of 5 years from now. Only because it's a lot in the present.
Yeah.
That I feel like we haven't fully grasped. So I don't think so far out, because shit, need to make sure the shit now don't fail.
Yeah. I think 5 years from now, for sure having a dedicated studio that is like, completely set in stone. This is where we record. I would like to start uploading more than once a week, like full podcast episodes more than once a week. But that hopefully in 5 years we'll be doing this full time. So it wouldn't be, or at least, more than we do it now. We'd be, be able to replace some of our income or something like that.
At least be higher up in our fields of work to where niggas can actually get days off. And not high up to where niggas work every day. High up to where niggas get days off.
I'm letting you know that is not a thing for me. I would have to do this part-time. Yeah, so that's having a full-fledged studio. Probably in 5 years we'd be upgrading our equipment for sure. But studio equipment, having a full-time employee for the recording and editing, all that fun stuff. That's my 5-year goal. And also, having the other channels being, an actual thing where we that they are their own entities and can grow, and we have the DNA, I don't know,
Brand.
media company, I guess, corporation or whatever. So that is my my 5-year vision for us. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But
I can only talk production wise, how I see things being 5 years from now. I expect to have it at no less than 2 cameras.
yeah,
Shit, for all you know, this could be the way at the end of the year.
yeah. I think we'll definitely have a full-fledged studio by 6 months of the next year, give or take.
Yeah.
But
The funny thing is, like, money is the problem in quotes for us, but we literally just we expected to make payments on all the stuff that you see now, but then the payments wasn't the option for some reason.
Yeah.
When we went back, and it was like bro, you just want to buy it. Yeah. So I think it just ran us $300 that we could have done a month before, and we was gonna do fucking $30 each month, but it was just like, fuck it.
yeah, so, well, we were gonna do a different setup. We were gonna run it like an actual podcaster.
Oh yeah. And
Like
that was
audio
gone.
board, and it was sold out. And I was like, because it was the pandemic, everybody started a podcast because that's what you do. You pick up a fucking hobby and have this podcaster kaput. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
And so it's just
look
like
at us now.
it's just a matter of well, when is the first person gonna break and make it to where the other guy oh yeah, I guess we should get it, but I expect to have it no less than 2 cameras.
Yeah,
I expect to have
I would like a 3-camera setup, but
I would love a 3-camera setup. I would love for us to have a person who's here to record and edit and play moderator. Because in my head, it'll just flow a little bit smoother if we don't have to come up. We can come up with the questions.
yeah,
But it won't
have
seem like-
someone to pitch the questions to us.
It
Like,
won't seem like one of us is interviewing the other person.
yeah, we need a Brie.
Yeah. Like that. It's weird when I go back and look at it. It comes off as, oh, Antonio, what do you think about this and this and this? But that's just how we have to have it set up.
Yeah, it's how we have to have it set up. It's just
Yeah.
the nature of the beast. But
So I expect that maybe a camera on them, maybe not. If we have a revolving cast of people doing it, they ain't get no damn camera on them. But
I mean, yeah, we could
possibly.
possibly.
But so yeah, that's the production. So when y'all get on YouTube, I expect for it to be me on one side, Tony on another.
And then like a camera down the middle to catch us both.
Yep.
That's my ideal setup, I guess.
The person going back and forth between like, oh, who, and then I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And we have sound effects, but it's hard to do it when we're talking.
Yes.
Because it will feel like it's hard to be.
Let me look for that one.
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean, I guess we could put them in post, but that's a lot of work.
True, and it won't feel organic.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it'll be just much easier.
I have someone who's just in charge of the soundboard and does it.
And our foundation's kind of shaky, so we can't click the laptop with so much because the damn thing will pick up.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed. One of the first times I was doing, I can't click this bitch but so much, so it better be right here.
Yeah.
So production wise, that's how I envisioned it. 5 years.
We've been doing this for 3 years now, huh?
If you want to say we graduated for 3 years, then yeah.
I mean, we're going to the third year of our it's been 2 full years out of school.
Jesus, niggas is old. Go ahead and build my burial spot now. Ain't too much time
Like,
left.
next year is 3 years. Like we've been doing this. God damn.
In fairness, we lost a year
Yeah.
because we were piss poor.
Yeah. So
But in fairness in everything, one, we lost a year because when we graduated, neither one of us had anywhere to live.
nope.
So we damn sure weren't recording shit. We weren't even in the same state. No, you were still in North Carolina. No, you was in South
I was
Carolina.
in South Carolina. I was across the border, but yeah.
We weren't even in the same state
No.
for an extended period of time. And this COVID shit, even though we've picked up recording, man, this COVID shit has kind of made, what is time anymore? What is, like...
Yeah. I mean, we were pretty consistent through COVID. I think we only missed a few days.
Once we started back up, we've been consistent.
Yeah.
In general. I think in general, so I think we started up from episode 9 or 10.
Yeah, I think it was like 10.
And I think we've been every single week minus 5. And that's over 2 years. So we've missed a month in 2 years.
I think we only didn't record for 6 months.
What'd you say?
I think from like graduation to our first coming back was 6 months.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's,
This is crazy to think about.
now the way that we can see, and this is a bunch of talking of stuff we could do off, motherfucker, they gonna see the thought process.
Yeah.
I've seen the like the way the technology does it and the way they archive it. It does say it's been a year, like, you know, when the thing and the thing. But I know that it wasn't a full year. I think that's just how they cataloged it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And so we've been consistent ever since. We consistent gang,
Yeah.
never dropping the ball.
I mean, there's been a few weeks where you know, just things didn't go right, or someone was out of town. But
I think 4 weeks of a matter of being out of town. 5th week, just shit was corrupted.
yeah, one day, it just didn't work.
Yeah, like it's
we lost the content. It's what it was.
on program thing. We're using the laptop I use for college, and we've gotten around everything. But in 5 years, of course, we probably gonna have 2 or 3 laptops, probably 2.
I figure probably a laptop and
Computer.
a desktop. Yeah.
So that would be different. Y'all don't notice it, but it's a fucking hassle for memory right now. Damn, feel like a goddamn PS2 with too many games on it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I might be getting a external hard drive just to make this easier on us, because
I was going to get it, but my boss scared me, only for the fact he was like, it craps out in the end anyway. So once it's on there, gone is gone anyway.
Well,
What the fuck I'm spending that money for then?
I mean, the idea is that we put it up there, we edit it, and then we put it onto the channel. We don't have to go get it no more. We can always go back and get it.
It's true. So that's my nerdy ass can look at it from programming for 5 years, but I can't really imagine the external stuff off the podcast.
Yeah. I know for sure we would like to do like meetups and stuff like that. We would like to do
Meetups. Yes.
yeah, we were supposed to go to Anime Con this year, but I had scheduling issues. He still went, but
Had time of my life, goddamn.
but we want to do that kind of stuff for content for like Instagram and Twitter, but also doing, meeting our fans if they happen to be there, and
Creating fans.
creating new fans, promoting the podcast, doing all that fun stuff. So, maybe we can even get a booth and sell merch at that bitch. But
You feel me? So this it gives us more incentive to go do stuff. I'll be looking up stuff. It'd be a lot of shit that goes on in the city. So when people try to play us like when people in the city like there's nothing to do, have you looked? have you genuinely just Googled stuff to do? Because it's a bunch of, and this is post COVID, and it's a bunch of shit to do.
yeah, and another thing that I would like to do is I would like to have on small businesses and stuff in Charlotte, and specifically black businesses, but not solely black businesses. Just to give them have them as a guest, give them some shine, and I think that would be an interesting, at least segment, or
At least. Yeah. We talked about all the stuff in between. It's easier said than done, of course, and it's easier to put a time stamp on anything. But that's merch, upgraded equipment, better videos.
Yeah.
That's what I foresee. If this grows to epic proportions of something else, I'm here for it. But for the guy who believes that we live in a simulation, I can't really think that far out or that grand right now.
And like,
I'm not an optimist.
I think it would be really interesting for it to grow into us being, you know, like top 20 podcasts in the world or whatever, or, you know, getting to the 1 million subscriber mark, or, you know, however far we get. I think that would be very interesting, and that would be very, you know, that would change our lives in a big way. But at the same time, I feel like it would be a little bittersweet, like seeing how it just came from just us doing this for fun, and then I don't know, in a weird way, it would change the dynamic, but maybe not for the worse. Just it would just change how we view the podcast. Maybe
I think the podcast in general is a reflection of our lives in the moment, and so I guess it's all based off of how you feel in the moment. But we started off as kids in college, and they were like, you could tell that we had no worries. And I guess any part of your life from then will be looked at as sad. College is the best time of your life. So it doesn't matter what happens. We will always look back on that time more fondly. But
that shit was rough too, though. So
I mean, it was. But even if we become to a place where this is our job, it will still reflect that we're successful now.
Yeah.
Like this is probably a job, and we probably worry about it, but it's a sharp contrast to our college years because we were broke and wasn't making shit.
I mean, like, honestly, if we make $2 a month off this podcast,
it's way more than what we expected to make.
That's way more.
And so, like, even now, we've become more stable in the podcast because our lives in general has become a little more stable.
Yeah.
From college to the break in between, there was a break in between because we weren't stable
at all
to even do this stuff.
Yeah.
And then we've started recording a little bit more regularly, but now we've recorded so much. We've become so stable financially, stable enough financially and structurally to where we invested more time into it.
Yeah, time, money, resources.
I feel like as it grows, our life is going to grow. So it's like, you know, good with the bad. Even though it becomes work, it will reflect that our lives have become, I guess, less work.
Yeah.
In the back end.
And, like, I can't think of a better job than just having to sit in front of a mic and the camera and talk. I can't think of it. You get to talk shit. You can talk about things that you like. You can talk. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the best. You know, not saying any other profession is not fulfilling, but cushy. This is a cushy job, and if we can make this into a thing, it'd be great. But, for sure, yeah, I think it would definitely make life easier. I don't have to drive anywhere. Well, I mean, I have to drive to the recording studio, but only got to do that 2 or 3 times a week, right?
Yeah. It'll be I'll always look back on the times, and it'll be like a time capsule of our lives.
Yeah.
Because they'll be able to look back, damn, I hated them jobs. Sure as shit, I'm not there. even if we get to a place where we're high up in our profession, it'll still be good to know, damn, them shit sucks. Yeah.
It's kind of like it's a like you said, it's a time capsule of how we've grown as people and how our viewpoints have changed. Even though you say your viewpoints are never going to change, that's not technically true because I've seen you buckle.
Have I buckled willingly, or was I under pressure? That makes a huge. The main question is, did I need something on the back end? Because
no, I think your viewpoints on certain things have changed.
I have changed in one aspect. I will lie now, and I have no problem doing it to get what I want. I'm damn proud of it too.
Anyway,
he's laughing, but I'm so dead ass.
I'm laughing because he just did it. Yeah. but you know, you get to see how we mature and grow, and how we view the world, and how the world is changing around us. And I think it'll be interesting. Bare minimum, it'll be interesting for our kids to go back and look at how we were, how we thought, how the world, what the world produced, and why we are the way we are when they get to meet us. You know what I'm saying? Bare minimal. But
I think videos are stupid in a way. Like, it's weird to say that we make videos, but it's weird that videos just like 5 years ago that you can watch and get so much from it. Or like a stupid, like I'm talking like the stupidest video. Like I seen this one dog video that I seen like 7 years ago. and it was in like the comments, the dog died. It was like, damn. Bro, this video gave me so much joy back then.
yeah,
So there's a specific one. There was this Modern Warfare 2 clip. Modern Warfare 2 was when we was in 7th grade, 8th grade.
yeah, 7th.
There was this clip of High Rise. It was the one on the roof. A guy jumped out the window, threw a knife cross map, and ended the game.
I know that clip.
And it resurfaced on TikTok, and the man got killed in active duty that did it. And it was just like, damn, bro. I've seen that.
seen that clip so many
stupid
times.
clip I've seen probably hundreds of times, and I recognize it. It's instantly when I see it, and it's like, damn, that guy died. And I didn't even know, buddy. I didn't know the gamer tag of who did it. There was no background audio like the way things is now to it. It was just the clip, and everybody felt the same way. Like, damn, bro. Like, where did the time go? It felt like
That was just yesterday.
yeah, like, and that was only. Granted, 10 years is a long time, but like that's not 20 years. It's not 30 years. That was just
It's not that long ago.
yeah.
Like
And so like that's a specific one because I seen that probably 2 nights ago and it was like damn. And that's how these videos could be just when we see it 5 years from now. Those videos that we first, not the videos, but our first episodes. If we would have had video, it would have been crazy.
it would have been absolutely insane.
Like, damn. That's what niggas look like back then.
You had hair then, right? You still had all your hair then.
Yeah, because I had it braided for graduation.
Yeah.
Then literally like, damn, that's what niggas look like.
Yeah,
Now I don't keep my hair long enough to where if the hat's poking off, now I gotta cut that bitch down. I ain't.
And I've grown my hair out, cut it off, and grown it out again already. And that's in this last year. I've cut it and grown it.
So, like we've always said, if we don't grow to make money, we won't ever be sad because at the end of the day, we'll have a time capsule for our kids.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll fucking be one of those artists and is not recognized in their time.
Until we die, you know. Like these niggas were right, yeah.
Be sure to melt my money down and pour it in my casket yearly.
By then we'd be using Bitcoin. Put it on the hard drive, throw it in the casket.
Make sure you bury me. I come with a fucking hard drive port. That way you can just dig up a little bit. Yes, sir.
Go to the gravestone. My nigga.
And they say you can't take it with you. My balance in heaven. Oh, we rich. We back. You got any closing remarks? Anything that's been in your mind recently in general?
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty optimistic. And I'm not the hopeless optimist, but I don't know. I have a good feeling. Just, with life, and I just feel like it's gonna be okay.
I used to say this, not jokingly. When you say something that you don't mean, just to raise other people's spirits, I don't know if there's
not sarcastically, but
I was about to say it's not jokingly because people don't know I don't
joking.
mean it.
Yeah,
pretty much I'm lying. I said by this time next year, things would have changed so drastically. It would make you think of whatever you're going through now that it was stupid. I told that to a lot of people to get them through it. I didn't believe that shit. I just said it to get them through it. I'm thinking, damn, bro, if this suck now, what makes it not suck later? But my life has been increasingly different. My life has been increasingly different since I was 17 every year. Every facet of my life has changed yearly. Some for worse, some for better. Since I've been 17, now I'm 24, so it's been 6 years of change. And as far as the yearly scope goes, I'm on the up. And so that gives me a little bit more optimism than normal that I'm stable. Like we starting to build to something.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, I've had my fair share of setbacks this year, especially in these last few months, but I see positive things coming on the horizon. I have that feeling. And I just wish for the best for the podcast. I wish for the best for growing our community, and just continued success.
Continued success. And we out.
We out.